All right, now we're joined by Tyrone Tracy Jr. Tyrone, how are you, man?
I'm doing good, man. Doing good, having a great time.
You got a fun running back room.
We do.
Why is it fun?
I mean, we have a lot of different characters. You know, you got Turbo, outgoing. Dante Miller, for those of you who don't know. And then you also got, obviously, me. I'm very energetic. I'm a character myself. Then you got the new additions, obviously, Scatterboo. I mean, my boy, he's a character. He's that very outgoing, very outspoken. Then you got Motor, the laid back, old head. Don't tell him I said old head. Don't tell him I said old head. But
I pretty much called him an old head when I had him here. I think I did.
I don't want him to tell him. I don't want him to say old head. Because he's not old head, but he's just the older head in the group.
I basically called him dad, I think, when he was here.
Yeah, he the pops, he the uncle. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. No, but look, I think what I like about the room is that I'll just specifically you, Devin, and Cam, and we had Turbo here. He was great. He's super fast. But the three of you guys have three distinct styles in how you play.
Yep.
But all three of you can do every aspect of the running back position, even if it's in a different way. You can all catch, you can all block, you can all run inside, outside. Yeah. And I just think it's a really fun group of guys that, depending on what team you're playing, what scheme you're going to run, they can utilize all three of you guys in different ways to make, and you're interchangeable too.
Exactly. I think that we have, like I said, it's a great group of guys that's going to come together for one goal. You know what I'm saying? We want to win. We want to win football games. But we also know our role. We also know our style. Like, we're not trying to be the other guy. You know what I'm saying? We're not trying to be each other. Yeah. Like, we're going to be who we are. Whoever, the Giants drafted us to be, that's who we're going to be every single day. I'm not going to be Cam and try to, power through everything. You know what I'm saying? That's his super strength. You know what I'm saying? Mine is running around people, making people miss in space, catching the ball down the field. Like, that's mine. Like, and then you also got Motor. Motor is also very smooth, very elegant. When he gets the ball, he knows what to do, what's going to happen. Like, he's a vet. He's a true vet. So, like, we're going to be us. You know what I'm saying? And then, like you said, versus the team, whoever we're going against, whoever the opponent is, one person might get a little bit more carries than the other. And then, depending on the game, depending on how the game's going, you never know. But at the end of the day, like, we're just trying to win. We're just trying to win football games.
I know all you guys want to be on the field. So the answer to this question in some way is always going to be yes. But as a group, are you guys going to care who's getting the most carries each game, as long as a group you guys are being effective in the run game as an offense is working?
Nah, to be honest, to me personally, I really can't speak for Scat or Motor, but for me personally, like, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Like, obviously there's one football. You got, 3 receivers, 4 receivers, a tight end. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got quarterback runs. So, like, there's only a limited amount of touches in a football game, period, point blank. So, if I get 10, I got to do what I can with that 10. You know what I'm saying? If I get 8, I got to do what I can with that 8. Like, you're going to get what you earn. You know what I'm saying? They ain't going to give you nothing. You know what I'm saying? You got to earn whatever you get. And if someone else is playing good, heck yeah, man, yes, go touch that rock and do what you do. You know,
ride the hot hand, right?
Yeah, like, whatever is going on, like, this is professional football, man. Like, it's gonna be games where someone else is doing better. Like, obviously you want to have a good game every game, but that, in reality, that's just not gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? But that's why you want to have a stacked room. You know what I'm saying? Not just running, but you want to stack, DB room. You want to stack D-line room, stack quarterback room, just in case, somebody else is outperforming or whatever. You ride that hot hand, whoever's having a good game, man, give them the ball, let them produce, let them make plays. And that's when you look in the postseason, all the good teams, they have stacked rooms. They have stacked rosters. So, like, again, the more people we have that can play ball at a high level, the better we're going to be.
Huddle up, get in here. If you're lined up here, you got to go over the middle with it to score.
Right. How do we make that happen?
I don't know, but Citizens does.
Make sense of your money with Citizens, official bank of Eli Manning.
I know you mentioned it in your media availability with the media, but I think it's been jarring maybe? What the hell use it? Jarring. How much they've thrown the ball to the running backs down the field in practice.
Yeah.
And I think it's much more than I've seen here really any time in the last 4 or 5 years. Are you just like salivating at that opportunity? Look,
I am, and I've been having conversations with Cav about it because, like, I want to be used, man. I want to be used at all areas of the football field, like outside, inside, down the field. Like,
I want to make a joke here, by the way. You play wide receiver at Iowa. They never threw the ball either. You didn't have a chance to catch the ball at Iowa because they just ran the ball all the time.
They did. I had a few catches, but that was really about it. But like, I'm loving it, man. I really am. I'm loving it. I'm getting the opportunity to show off my skills. Allowing, really the game just to ooze out of me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not forcing anything. Like whatever happens, happens. But I also want to make sure that like when opportunities come, you make that play. And that's kind of the things that I'm harping on the running backs, just to make sure that, you know, when we do get opportunities, we take care of them, because again, we're running backs. They're not looking to throw us the ball down the field unless we make them look for us to throw the ball down the field. So we have to take advantage and put trust in the coaches and our quarterback to throw us the ball. You know, even when we look covered, throw us the ball, give us an opportunity, we're going to make a play, and then boom, next thing you know, he wants to look for us again.
All right, you talked about the receiving part of it. You mentioned pass protection when you spoke to the media about something you wanted to get better at. As a pure runner, just, you know, whether it's pressing the hole, reading the blocks, what are some of the things as a pure runner that you think you can get better at in your second year?
I would probably say my pre-snap and post-snap vision. Okay. You know, I think I have really good vision, but I think last year it was more reactionary than actually reading the D-line for what it is. So, for instance, like understand if I have a 3-tech versus a shade, you know, inside zone versus outside zone, having my eyes correctly to my keys, and then just playing ball after that. You know what I'm saying? Last year, again, I think I was more reactionary. When the ball is hiked, now I'm reacting to what the defense is doing instead of having a plan for what they're going to do. And again, that's just, again, football IQ from year 1 to year 2. Looking at your film, understanding that, like, you know, I can slow down a little bit on some plays. I can speed up, understanding where my blocks are going to happen. Again, just football IQ, overall football IQ, I think is something that's going to help me a lot with this second year, because at the end of the day, you want to make plays, but there's an easier way to make plays than what I did last year. You know what I'm saying? I have to figure that out for myself.
All right, final question. You talk about pass pro. I mean, like, it was a few months ago when I went back, I looked at a lot of your pass pro stuff. And I felt like a lot of times you were in the right place at the right time. And you were set up to make the block. It's just sometimes you couldn't get latched and you couldn't actually stop the guy. So is that like that technique in terms of that? Is that something you've worked on a lot in the offseason?
So it's really just technique. That's really all it is. It's technical. Again, my eyes are fine. Like, I know who's blitzing. I know where to look. I know how to pick them up. It's more so technique, and then just overall getting the job done. You know, you don't have to kill a person to stop them. You know what I'm saying? You just got to make sure your feet's in the ground, your arms are in the right positions, and that, you know, you actually striking them. And that's the main thing I want to do. You know what I'm saying? I want to strike somebody, stop them. You know what I'm saying? From getting to the quarterback, man. But again, at the end of the day, I got to do the work, you know what I'm saying, behind the scenes to make it, you know, come alive on Sundays.
And by the way, I should ask you about Scatterbo. You mentioned him. He hasn't had a chance to do much yet.
Yeah.
Does he have like just the right amount of crazy in him in order to be a good NFL running back?
I wouldn't even say right. I mean, he has a lot of crazy in him. He has a lot. He has a lot of crazy in him. But yeah, I mean, like I said, he's a great human. You know what I'm saying? He's a great dude.
Human.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that.
He's a great dude, man. He's a great dude. He loves football. He loves ball.
Blue collar guy.
Yeah.
It seems like.
Yeah. I mean, whatever it is, man. He's gonna do the dirty work if he needs to. Like, whatever it is. Like, like I said, he's a good dude. Like, I invited him over to my crib a couple of times. Like, we done hung out. We went to the Knicks game before. Like, he's a good dude. But yeah, he's a really blue collar dude. Like, put his hands in the dirt, like ready to work. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, you know, hasn't been able to get on the field, but you know, when he out there, I know he's gonna do something.
Tyrone, good stuff, dude. Always a pleasure.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you.